Okay, welcome back to our osteoporosis series. Here I want to cover about the importance of strength for the hips and the knees. Hips kind of are knees. If your hips are strong, you're going to have a lot more support for the quads, these muscles right here at the front of the thighs, and that's going to really help with the stability of the knees. Now, women have a little bit of a disadvantage possibly when it comes to knees because I have very narrow hips. But many women, not technically, but many women will have wider hips or wide hips, so to speak. Doesn't mean they're wide, they're just different. And so they might have their hips here, and then the knees are here. So there's this acute angle on the inside ligaments of the knees, and that can put a lot of strain on the meniscus, on the ligaments of the knees. So strong quads, strong thighs, strong hips are really important for osteoporosis, for making sure that you have stability when you're walking, when you're stepping, when you're going up and down stairs, especially up and down stairs balance. So here's some exercises that you can do. Now I have osteoporosis, but I can do full squats because I've been exercising all my life. So everybody's going to be different. So let me show you the options. So here is a partial squat. My feet are hip width apart. Some people will need to turn their toes out like about 45 degrees. And the main thing is that the knees are tracking with the leg, so they're not, obviously not fishtailed out. So you want to have the knees coming over the second toe or the big toe, and technically you want to have the knees stay behind the toes. However, there's also a lot of evidence to show that it's very strengthening to bring the knees forward of the toes. I would say keep them behind. And if you specifically need it for a sport or something, your coach will be telling you that. You'll be doing some very sport-specific training to get that extra stability through the fronts of the knees. So a squat can be here, shoulders back, let the hips lead. So you're not arcing, in fact that hurts right away. So the tailbone drops, but you're not pelvic tilting. You're leading back with the hips, and just practice with a mirror. Just go to a mirror and watch. And here's a full squat. So coming down, well, and then coming back up. That was okay. But if I felt something in my knees on a day that I was having that tightness, I wouldn't go that far. So you could do a partial squat. You could do the legs quite a bit wider because that will allow you to do a squat. If you have the toes turned out, you're going to work inner thighs. Those are great stabilizers for the knees. And then the other is to do the wall sit. So if you come over to a wall near you and you step out, make sure your feet are stable. And you have your knees hip width apart. So that's coming right out from the femurs bones. And you're pressing into the fronts and backs of the feet. And then your body is back. I'm going to show you, I have a shoulder thing going on, so I can only show you with one arm. But it's really good to take the hands back and press into the fronts and backs of the feet. I can feel this already. Apparently, if you're really strong, you can go for 3 minutes in a wall sit, which is something we do in our strong people class. We try to go up to 3 minutes. So it's pretty strengthening. And then you can push up. Now, the other thing is, and I'll often like have a sweater on. Right now I can feel skin. And I'll slide up and down the wall. Or my favorite thing to do is to have a ball, exercise ball, and lean against it, and then go up and down the wall. So that's another option. So as far as strengthening the thighs, you want to really isolate the backs of the thighs. I'm a big fan of bum exercises because it's really helped me with my back, my scoliosis. So, there's many bum exercises. So bum is hips. And you reach the heel out. Now I'm going to take, so I've got my left heel up. I'm going to take my opposite arm down and the forearm across, and then take this arm out. It always makes me think of like a catamaran. And you're going to lift the hip up, and you want to keep the belly button facing down. And then you can take the heel in, flex the heel, gaze down, so keeping that plank neck. And you push towards the ceiling and then come down. Now we're doing hamstring. And I'm pressing the top of my opposite foot down. So that's a good exercise to do for the hip, okay? And then you can do clamshell if you do not feel a tightening in your low back in the sacral area. Really, really good for the outside hip, glute med, a little bit of piriformis. Really good if you could straighten and come down and then back up. And is my leg in the camera okay? Yeah. And so you're pressing this foot down, and then you could take the leg around, reach over, touch. Wow. We did that in the strong people class yesterday, and touching and come back. And then to strengthen the core with the hip, so like to really stabilize, you could go into your pointer dog. So I'll just show you on this side. The shoulder is down, so you're not using your shoulder. In fact, that hurt my shoulder. So you're going to take the arm out and up, reach this heel up, reach this heel out rather, and press the top of this down foot, because that really helps to balance your back. And then you come down. So those are some of the hip exercises you can do. The other thing that's kind of nice one to finish with, is you can turn the fingers in, have your knees and feet apart, and just do some nice rotation, windshield wipering your knees from side to side. It's just really nice massage through the outside hip. And those are a couple of exercises you could do.